the 2K Sports pregame show.
Early season's greetings, NBA fans. I'm Ernie Johnson. Thanks for joining us. Got Shaquille O'Neal here. Got Kenny the Jet Smith here for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. And it is Wizard basketball tonight as the Washington Wizards go up against the Pistons in Detroit. Well, for Detroit, their first time playing these guys this season. A year ago, going 1-2. They'd like to improve on that this go-around. And we'll get to see John Wall tonight, the former #1 overall pick out of Kentucky at 6'4", with a 6'9" wingspan, 39-inch vertical. Kenny's got all the physical tools.
He's a one-man fast break. You know, he gets that rebound. Not only do you see the defense sprint, you see the offensive wing sprint the lane because they say this guy is out. And I love watching John Wall play.
And he uses his size, takes the contact, he can finish in the lane, and most of all, he wears down the defender.
And you know, I know you've talked about him and Bradley Beal together being the Secret Service. That's your
Secret Service, the nickname.
But see, everybody knows about him now, so I think it's the not-so-Secret Service.
I'm not feeling that.
The not-so-Secret Service.
But we all know about the Secret Service, and we still
I need the noise box, Ernie.
Not-so-Secret Service.
I need our noise box, Ernie.
I'm sticking by it.
Very nice.
Kevin Harlan, what do you think? Thank you.
We are live from the Palace of Auburn Hills for this Eastern Conference battle featuring the Pistons here in Detroit. The Wizards here looking to pick up one game on the road before returning back to Washington. Looking at their performance last year, they're about where you'd expect them to be, guys. They'd like to take that next step in a positive direction here, Steve, with a win.
And well, for Washington, they've just lacked that one extra piece that could put them over the top this season. They haven't been able.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Jackson kicks to Caldwell Pope. Puts up the baby hook. And Andre Drummond, the bucket on the assist by Caldwell Pope.
I love the offensive execution on that possession.
Outside Wall. There's a screen by Gortat. Morris dishes to Beal. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. Now the feed to Harris. Shoots from 12. Jump shot is good. That time. Harris has got his second basket of the night.
You know, that part of the floor, guys, is more or less his real sweet spot, right in his wheelhouse.
Passes it to Gortat. To the left side wing. Morris against Harris. 6 to shoot. From 11 feet away. Morris, no good. Pistons leading by 5. Jackson with it. He's picked up by Wall. Jackson kicks to Drummond. The pass to deep. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call.
And checking out some numbers for Wall. He's coming off an excellent season. Last season, he averaged 18 points per, 9 assists, and just over 2 steals. And you look at his gaudy steal numbers, defensively, he makes his presence felt on every possession.
And you know what I like about it, Greg, is he gets great position, then uses those quick, strong mitts of his to rip the ball out of there.
Marcus Morris is checked in for the Pistons. Rivers comes in for Jackson. Wall draws the double. Nene with the screen on Morris. Kicks it to Beal. Nice ball movement by Washington. Dudley, no luck.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
Pass to D. He kicks it to Harris. shot from 12. And Detroit again with the bucket.
They got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
It's been a complete technical dominant performance out here. They are in a zone.
Beal, good. He hits the jump shot. Beal's got 6. Pistons leading by 5. Now Rivers. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. 3 ball there off the mark from D. And again, Bradley Beal. He's got 8.
And just a solid way to start the game. 4-5.
So for the Wizards, their last game a loss to the Bulls.
And really, I thought what was the difference in that game? Offensive rebounding or the lack thereof. A lot of one-and-dones in that game.
Yeah, offensive rebounding to me is all about heart. The willingness to get in there and mix it up, do your work early, get to that inside position. And I didn't see any of that fight from them.
Wall up top. He's guarded by Rivers. Wall passes to Dudley. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Dudley's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Rivers, no good. And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. Pistons lead by 2. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. And an exciting young backcourt in Washington with John Wall and Bradley Beal. Wall said that Beal is known for his appetite.
When we go out to eat, he gets like 2 meals. You know, like some people eat 1 meal and the second meal you'll get to go home. He really finishes 2 meals at one time, and it'd be like, there's no way you're about to eat that. So he likes to eat a lot, and he does a great job finishing it.
Do you think John Wall's hungry for a championship in D.C.?
Yeah, I would certainly think. Well, not really. I've seen that dude eat exactly the way John described it. It is an
And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Gortat's checked in for Nene. Morris comes in for Jared Dudley. Beal's checked in for O.J. Mayo. And John Wall subbed in for Brian Roberts. D, he's in at shooting guard. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is out there with Harris. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Drummond in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Detroit right now. Outside Jackson.
move the ball. Stick it too much.
6 on the shot clock. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. And he gets the bucket. That's now 8 points for Andre Drummond.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no line in those totals.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Outside Jackson. Harris setting the pick for Jackson. Harris outside. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
Kevin, a big guy with his quickness should be almost illegal. How can you guard that?
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Pistons.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
You know, we've seen them bearing their fair share of mid-range jumpers tonight, too. I mean, that's a good start for them.
Beal. And good. He got the English that time as it falls. Beal's got 10 points in the game.
And that was Gortat. He usually scores, but that time set a nice screen.
Harris setting the pick for Jackson. Passes it to deep. From deep. No luck. And the Wizards now going the other way. This game against Detroit here, it's their first meeting of the season.
And they were able to take the season series in that matchup last year, but overall, 2 teams that were very similar in the standings.
Yeah, they were able to make the plays to come out on top, but it really could have gone either way, and you could say the same for tonight's game.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And the Pistons lead by 9.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Outside Jackson. Drummond with a screen on Wall.
And that's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Pistons have made 3 of their first 5 foul shots tonight.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
You know, they've really put themselves behind the 8 ball in so many of their games because they just have not been able to knock down those foul shots.
Takes the 3. And we finished one half of basketball. It's Detroit leading by 10. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
All right, listen up, guys. Way to come out strong in the first half. Taking care of business, TCB. These are the types of halves where we are helping ourselves out by making clean passes. They haven't caused us too many problems in the passing lanes to this point, but we still have a half of basketball to play. Our offense in the paint was a positive. Our entry passes were sharp, and you showed off some excellent post moves. Really nice footwork down there. Okay, one more thing. A smooth flow to the second half is just what we're looking for. Let's keep things moving, but not at some kind of breakneck pace. All right, guys, let's get out there and play a good second half.
Ladies and gentlemen, all right, the second half beginning in just a moment. It's been quite a game for Bradley Beal.
Yeah, he was in attack mode from the word go. Came out very aggressively in that first half.
Take a look at his shot chart. It looks like the ink spilled right at the rim. No reason for him to settle for anything less.
Different look here for the Pistons. Marcus Morris is checked in for Leonard. Johnson comes in for Tobias Harris. He's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Austin Rivers in for Reggie Jackson. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Nene, he's checked in for Gortat. Dudley comes in for Morris. O.J. Mayo, he's checked in for Porter. And Brian Roberts subbed in for John Wall. Taking a look at the Wizards. Nene is out there with Jared Dudley. Then it's Mayo. Then there's Bradley Beal. And it's Roberts in at the 1 spot. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Pistons.
You know, one of the big stories has been the 3 ball. It's been a key part of their offense throughout the game.
Yeah, but I also like the balance because they're doing a great job of getting inside and converting around the rim. I really like their aggressiveness.
Shoots from 12. Rebounded by Dudley. Wizards trail by 9. Outside Mayo. And he gets it to go. Mayo's got 6 here in this quarter.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Here's D. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Dishes it to Beal. Nene setting the pick for Beal. Just 5 to shoot. The high post shot, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Now just a 5-point Piston lead.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
41 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Johnson. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
A nice shot by Rivers. Rivers has got his first points of the night.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
There's a screen. Mayo into the lane. Good work defensively by Johnson.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Pistons lead by 7. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And the final period of play just about to start. Nene, he's checked in for Morris. Dudley comes in for Otto Porter Jr. And Brian Roberts subbed in for Beal. D in at shooting guard. Andre Drummond is out there with Myers Leonard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Harris in at the 3 slot. That's the group for Detroit right now. Leonard. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
That's some good play tonight for Leonard. He's got 10 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
Shooting for Detroit, Myers Leonard.
And he can't get the first one. Washington making some changes. Morris is checked in for Gortat. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Jared Dudley. And Bradley Beal subbed in for Brian Roberts. No good on the second free throw. The Wizards have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. And here's Wall outside. Detroit with the rebound. Leonard's got 5 rebounds tonight. Porter against Jackson. Here's Drummond. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on what the head coach for the Wizards was getting across in their huddle. He told them, this is it, fellas. Let's hit them right out of this timeout. Put some pressure on them. Show them how much you want it. Let's go get it. Guys, he's really exhorting them to give them a burst of energy.
Wall against Jackson. And Wall kicks to Beal. That is good. Beal's got 10 points in the quarter.
That's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
The drive by Jackson. And Drummond throws it down.
My goodness. That one got him going.
Did it ever. They're on cloud 9.
That was a huge lift for this crowd.
Jackson against Wall. To the right side. It's Porter outside. Offensive rebound. Here's Nene. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. He's able to hit the second one, and that brings them within 2 here.
Getting to the stripe is something they've been doing a lot of in the second half, guys.
And when you're behind, it's a good strategy. Not only do you get points, but you also get to set your defense. That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Morris with a screen on Jackson. And Wall kicks to Beal. The shot is off. Some solid D here from D. And so they foul intentionally.
Drummond having a terrific game. 11 rebounds, and 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
And you can't undervalue the importance of that. Many times a game comes down to which team wins the free throw battle.
And he ends up making the second, and that puts them up by 5.
And I'm sure he would like to have had all of those, but he's still able to pad the lead.
Morris a screen. Wall dishes to Beal. It's in! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Big-time basket there on the inside. I mean, he had to get that one up and over the big guy.
Way up and over the big guy, and what a time in the ball game to make it happen.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game.
Those were pressure-packed free throws. And he looked as cool as he could be. So big to give them that 3-point lead.
They are on the ropes, and it is time to put them away. Freak, we're putting it in your hands. Deliver the knockout blow. Let's finish this and get out of here with the W.
That's the shot of the game.
Well, he was fearless enough to get it up and down, and it paid off for him.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Shooting free throws.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the seconds. So he comes up empty, missing both. Here's Wall. He dishes it to Beal. Morris a screen. Buries the triple.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons dancers.
So it's Washington who scrape by with the win. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
in a game.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Bradley Beal. He found his rhythm in the second half, and there was no stopping him then. He was locked and loaded.
They were riding a 2-game losing streak coming to this game and could not afford to drop 3 in a row. He rose to the occasion for them tonight. Big time. They needed this sort of performance for him. He took his game up a few notches. Love it, Ernie.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.